Rain showers, as expected, popped up during the afternoon, even a few thunderstorms. Still seeing some lingering light rain near 26 and 93 from Shoshone, Jerome, even maybe a few sprinkles in Buell. As you zoom out, though, a lot of that activity is going to dwindle. Winds have died down a bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if we stay a little bit breezy. But as I mentioned, we made ourselves into the low to mid 70s, and we will be significantly cooler than that heading into tomorrow. Right now, a lot of places are in the 50s. We'll be talking about the big sweeping changes for the end of the week and the weekend, all coming up in your forecast. But first, KMVT News at 10 starts right now.
Coming up, we're going to get you up to speed on a fatal shooting last night in Shoshone.
And one woman's reaction to waking up to find her car smashed near the canyon.
Plus, a look at what officials are predicting for the upcoming fire season.
Live from KMVT, your source for local news. This is Local 11 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in for your news at 10. I'm Joe Martin.
And I'm Kelsey Soto. Topping our news this evening, we first told you about a shooting in Shoshone last night. Police have now released names. Our Elnie Dow has more on exactly what happened on North Rail Street Wednesday night and how the community is reacting.
I couldn't believe it.
A shooting directly across the tracks from George Wyant's restaurant.
He owns the business across the street.
61-year-old Jonathan Pugh was arrested on voluntary manslaughter charges.
I've known John for 20 years, probably.
According to court documents, he allegedly shot his 36-year-old daughter sometime after 8 at night on Wednesday.
I don't know why he did it. Probably an accident.
Court documents say Pugh had a blood alcohol concentration level of 0.09.
The female, who was identified as Milani Lang, was taken to Portnoy Hospital via air ambulance where she succumbed to her injuries.
Wyant told me he didn't really know John that well.
I knew his dad.
He was in shock after hearing about the incident.
Just disbelief, that this happened. So.
The police report said Pugh swung the gun at his own head, but it went off and shot Lang in the head after an hour-long argument.
I have really no idea. It surprised me that it happened.
The Shoshone Police Department said this was an isolated incident.
We'd like to urge that the public is not in danger.
Eleni Dow, KMVT News.
Shortly after 1:30 this morning, Idaho State Police were called to a vehicle versus pedestrian accident on I-84 near Wendell. 57-year-old Cynthia J. Mead of Idaho Falls was walking in the right eastbound lanes when Robert Pierce of Reno hit her. Pierce was driving an eastbound in a semi and couldn't see Mead walking because of a curve in the road. When he did see her, he wasn't able to stop. According to a press release, Mead died on the scene. Her family has been notified.
A Twin Falls woman's car was vandalized over the weekend after camping near the canyon in Jerome County. The incident happened east of Interstate 93, just a few miles from Devil's Corral. The car was totaled, the owner telling us all the glass on the car was broken, slicing her cables to the engine, and they also stole everything inside. The land is owned by many different entities, from privately owned to the Bureau of Land Management and even the county. Jerome County Sheriff's Office said they've had a lot of issues out in that area close to Devil's Corral.
Such a mixed use property right now. We have people on ATVs, we have people shooting their guns out there. Nothing good happens out there in the evening.
No, we went to bed at about 1:30 and friends had left and they drove out too, and they said they didn't see anything wrong with the car when they left.
Captain Taylor told us there are trespassing signs posted coming into a few BLM entrances. However, Bowden said she hadn't seen any. Bowden tells us she just wants to warn others about what could happen after being a victim herself.
A previous Twin Falls resident was in court yesterday facing felony charges of sexual abuse and lewd conduct with a minor. According to court documents, the minor, related to Ryan Burkhart, was in 3rd grade at Lincoln Elementary School when the alleged incidents took place from 2012 until 2013. He's being held on a $100,000 bond, and his preliminary hearing has been set for May 11th.
A Twin Falls man has been charged with a spree of car burglaries and home invasions dating back to January. William Williams was arraigned in Twin Falls County Court Wednesday on 17 counts of burglary. He was also charged with 2 counts of grand theft, 2 counts of unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and 3 counts of criminal possession of a financial transaction card. According to court records, Williams is accused of breaking into at least 3 homes and 14 cars throughout the county. He confessed to police to holding one homeowner at gunpoint. Williams was caught by police after using a stolen credit card to buy a hotel room at a hotel in Jackpot. Williams has been jailed on a $500,000 bond. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 18th.
Well, earlier this week, we told you how to protect your pets against ticks, but tonight, our Morgan Rumpf sat down with a woman who lives with Lyme disease every day.
I was working full-time. I was a runner. I volunteered. Just very busy, active lifestyle.
Which is why Rebecca said Lark had no clue she had Lyme disease, since the signs and symptoms are different for everyone.
But I thought the testing would tell me what I needed to tell me, but it came back negative.
She's been suffering from fatigue and chronic pain for more than a year. Most people don't even know they were bitten by a tick.
But they want to go to a place that's kind of out of the way, that's nice and moist and warm, where they can hang out for a few days and then fall off. So we're talking armpits, we're talking about groin. Now, of course, when we're recommending checking for ticks, we say head to toe.
If you do find a tick on your body, remove it carefully.
The tick will release if you pull on it really lightly for long enough.
Rebecca says living with Lyme means every day is unpredictable. The power of social media has been huge for her in finding support groups to share even the smallest accomplishments.
You know, even for good days, like some days I'm like, I washed my hair today, and most people would be like, that's great.
And Lyme disease is a pretty rare condition in this area. We're lucky.
Just because cases of Lyme are rare doesn't mean you're invincible.
If you start having symptoms, don't give up. You may have doctors tell you you're crazy, there's nothing wrong with you, everything's fine. You know you better than anybody else.
Morgan Rumpf, KMVT News.
Another devastating wildfire season is expected this year. Today, the U.S. Secretaries of Agriculture and the Interior hosted a briefing with their predictions in Washington. D.C. correspondent Alana Austin sat in as experts made their gloomy predictions and spoke with Senator Mike Crapo about what's next.
The 2018 wildfire season already off to a scorching start. A large fire just tore through Arizona weeks ago. Devastating wildfires swept western and southern states in 2017, burning communities and massive holes in budgets.
It looks like this will be yet again another catastrophic year.
Idaho Senators Mike Crapo and Jim Risch sat in on the briefing at the U.S. Department of Agriculture headquarters Thursday. Crapo says he's glad to see the federal government investing more in resources, but wants to see more accountability and efficiency in response.
It's taken decades for us to build into this situation where our forests are in very bad condition and are ripe for catastrophic fires.
Last year, the federal government spent nearly $3 billion battling wildfires, but couldn't save 10 million acres and more than 12,000 structures. U.S. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke says this problem isn't going away on its own.
I think we all agree that the temperatures are hotter, the season's longer, and there's more fuel load. We have to be a little more aggressive.
I'm very confident that we're going to make good progress. I'm not going to predict that we are going to solve the entire problem in 1 year.
Experts at this briefing also say technology like drones and cameras can be a game changer in prevention and faster response to confronting these fires. Now at the federal level, thousands of firefighters and engines plus hundreds of aircraft are ready to respond to this year's season. In Washington, Alana Austin, KMVT News.
In national news tonight, President Trump held a campaign-style rally in Elkhart, Indiana, on the heels of the release of 3 Americans who were being held by North Korea. The development sets the stage for a historic summit between the North Korean leader and the president next month. Meg Oliver has the latest.
President Trump rallied supporters in Indiana Thursday, hours after welcoming home 3 Americans detained in North Korea for more than a year.
I had the incredible honor of greeting 3 brave Americans, and we welcomed them back home the proper way.
The men were released as a goodwill gesture in the run-up to a June 12th summit in Singapore between Mr. Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
I'll be meeting with Kim Jong-un to pursue a future of peace and security for the world, for the whole world.
Secretary of State Pompeo went to North Korea this week to meet with Kim and traveled back with the former detainees.
It was a very emotional experience.
State Department official Brian Hook was at Joint Base Andrews when they arrived.
One of them walked up to me, shook my hand. I said, "Welcome home." And he said, "God bless America."
President Trump considers the detainees' release an encouraging sign. In Indiana, he expressed optimism the meeting will lead to an agreement on denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula.
I think it's going to be a very big success, but my attitude is, and if it isn't, it isn't.
Next month's summit will be the first time a sitting American president has ever come face to face with a North Korean leader. Meg Oliver, CBS News.
Coming up, a look at the radiology program at CSI and how competitive the industry is becoming.
Plus, bigger changes on the way for the end of the week.
And we'll have more of that coming up in your forecast as you take a look here at your Pinpoint Doppler.
And now, your local 11 weather with Chief Meteorologist Brian Newdorf.
So, summer's over already, huh?
We're not going to put that on the one other show. We're just going to put a little, we'll take the summer weather we had, put it up on a shelf. We'll take it back. We'll take it back next week sometime.
All right, okay.
It is, again, I find it's always interesting now that Facebook tells me what happened on this day. Almost identical to last year, where we went from 80s to 50s and had showers, and it was cool. Maybe not for Mother's Day last year, but definitely had similar weather make its way into southern Idaho. But we had rain today, and unfortunately, Joe still has to water his lawn because it wasn't enough here in Twin Falls. I have to do the same thing. Pinpoint Doppler. Some of you did not have to worry about watering your lawns because look at there. Richfield to Shoshone, Jerome, Wendell. We'll slide it even down near Buell, Filer, and parts of Twin Falls. You may still be seeing a little bit in the way of a light rain shower. We broaden out the view here on Pinpoint Doppler, and most of the activity now has escaped and made its way on off towards the east, but we're not done because we look to the north-northwest, and that is where the next system arrives. We'll show you that here in a bit. But temperatures, 51 Dietrich, 52 Jerome as we get ready to head into the evening, and winds. They were a bit breezy today. Those showers and thunderstorms helped to bring in some of the wind. They've died down a little bit, but I think they'll pick back up as that system gets closer. So for the next 12 hours, overnight, clouds will be around. Temperatures bottoming out 40s, maybe a few dipping down into the 30s. For you in the Magic Valley, overnight, we're going to see temperatures drop down into the mid-40s. Cloud cover still kind of lingering here and there. Some breaks, and then making our way to see temperatures again, probably mid-low 40s as you make your way into the Minnecaja region, going into your temperatures. Normally we see this nice spike by 10 a.m. Not so much the case as temperatures will get colder, and this is why this culprit. There's the word right there in the Washington state, and it's going to move its way south Friday and the weekend. It's actually going to stall, too, just south of Twin Falls, south of Idaho into Utah with cooler and wet weather at times off and on. And really, we'll see bands of rain move through here. So futurecast tomorrow morning, you may wake up to a rain shower. It is possible. I think as the system gets closer, better chance of seeing that pop-up scattering of showers through the afternoon, and as we go into the evening, some showers and thunderstorms. Winds will be around. There's wave coming in early Saturday morning, overnight Friday, and then more rain here going into 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon and into Saturday 7 o'clock, which will continue. How much rain out of this potentially could be as low as, say, a quarter of an inch. Hagerman near a tenth of an inch, and is as high as almost an inch. It just depends on where those steadiest bands of rain set up, and it's been jumping around somewhere from the Camas Prairie down through the Shoshone Lava Rock area and maybe even into the eastern and western Magic Valley. So 8 o'clock as temperatures go from the 40s, and we will see them get to near 60, probably looking at mid to upper 50s. As we go into Saturday morning, another chilly one with 40s, and then we're going to struggle to try to reach 60 degrees heading into Saturday afternoon. Let's go town by town. At least it's Friday. 53 degrees Haley, 55 Cary, scattered rain, a few showers and thunderstorms. Breezy with scattered areas of rain. 58 Gooding, 60 for you, and Wendell will be near 60 degrees in Twin Falls. Hollister at 57, and again a shower or two, especially later in the day, but it's an equal chance throughout the day, and you're looking at low to mid 50s in the Minnecaja region. Let's go the next 7. And as we get you through the Magic Valley, cool with some showers and thunderstorms. 55, 65, a little better for Mom, but there's still a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Lingering into Monday, we dry out and we warm up, Joe. We're going to get that summer-like weather back, or at least late spring-like weather. As you look at Sunday for Mom on the Wood River Valley, a little less chance, but some scattered showers as temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Rain showers diminishing a bit Monday and Tuesday. And there's a look at your forecast.
Tomorrow, the CSI Radiologic Technology program will be celebrating its 16th graduating class.
Yeah, KMVT's Ricardo Coronado caught up with students to hear about their accomplishments.
I job shadowed in radiology and I loved it. I went one day and I don't know, I always found the images really interesting. I liked the patient care side. I liked the excitement of the trauma. I don't know, everything just appealed to me.
Tasha Rigby is just one of 12 students graduating on Friday from the CSI Radiologic Technology program. She tells me some people might not really understand on what they do.
Part of our job as a rad tech is we have to determine how much radiation we are going to use to get an exam, and the amount of radiation I would need to do a wrist is not the same thing that I would use to do a pelvis.
Since 2002, the program has helped 189 students graduate. The program is competitive, but that's because they can only fill 12 positions a year.
We have a point checklist, and on that point checklist we have all of the prerequisites that are required for the program, plus some other ways to earn points. And so students try to achieve the best grade they can within that course.
Points are added and then interviews are conducted. Director Gary Lauer says most registered technologists in Southern Idaho are graduates from the program.
Because of our student selection process, we tend to get the right student who's committed to getting this done.
And for Brandon Larson, it's been a long road, and he plans to explore different paths in radiology.
My whole family's here. I'm from here. I was born and raised here. And so it's appealing to at least kind of stay in the Magic Valley. I did clinical rotations at Rupert and Burley, and so I have a lot of interest there as well.
Ricardo Coronado, KMVT News.
Coming up, a local company took time off today to give back to the community. And our Joe Martin is doing his part to make sure we have a good fishing game forecast.
Well, the weather doesn't look too good, but you might want to head out 11:40 in the morning or wait around till 5:40 in the evening. It's, of course, based on the lunar cycle.
You're watching KMVT Local 11 News with Joe Martin and Kelsey Soto.
Students at Perrine Elementary in Twin Falls got to see firsthand what the FFA is at school today. Rachel Fabi went over and saw just what they did.
Members of the Future Farmers of America came to the school today to give students a taste of what being a member is all about.
This was awesome!
The students were able to see rabbits, chickens, and bees, and learned about how to take care of them and what food they produce. They even got to make ice cream. But most importantly, the kids got an experience they wouldn't normally have.
It's really an important thing for kids. A lot of our students don't know where their food comes from. And so we're out here today providing an opportunity for them to see where their food and fiber comes from and to get a chance to get some hands-on exposure to some animals.
One of the FFA members at the school said that it was great to introduce the program to the kids and wants to inspire them.
My goal is to get them wanting to learn more, and hopefully when they get older, go into 4-H to want to show animals.
This is the first time the FFA has done something like this, but Campbell says he hopes to keep doing it.
This is kind of our first run through, and so we're excited about the opportunity. We'd like to do it at other schools, the other elementary schools.
Rachel Fabi, KMVT News.
Keller Williams closed their offices today to take part in the company-wide Red Day. This was the 6th annual Red Day, our Renew, Energize, and Donate. And members of the Twin Falls office were able to go to the Optimus Youth House where they painted, put furniture in, and put in a new floor. They also had a food drive at Fred Meyer's for non-perishables to be donated to the youth house, which is scheduled to be finished in a couple of months.
They're hoping to be done by August. I really think they're going to pull it off. Those kids, there are plenty of kids in the foster system getting ready to age out, and they have nowhere to go, nowhere. And so this is a great opportunity.
In previous years, they helped clean up parks, run food drives, and clean up yards in the homes of the elderly.
To coincide with Teacher Appreciation Week, staff and teachers got a mountain of a surprise at North Valley Academy by the school's principal. It's no surprise that Principal Jeff Clam loves Mountain Dew. Well, he wanted each staff member to get a Mountain Dew box of their own, but inside the box was a blanket with the school's initials and a personal thank you card. This was to show students how much he appreciates the teachers and how important they are to the school's success.
And I just wanted to show them that when the material things are gone, what they have done for kids and what they've done for me will last forever.
Principal Clam said he provided 35 blankets, and the Mountain Dew boxes were all donated by Walmart.
Well, still to come, they may be cute, but at this time of the year, kittens can be a big problem. We'll tell you why.
Roy Prescott executed bold vision and thoughtful stewardship of our natural resources while maintaining a balanced budget as Jerome County Commissioner. Roy Prescott for District 25 House Representative. Experience that matters.
I'm Roy Prescott. I approve this message.
Idahoans say AJ Belukov is the right pick for governor. Fixing our schools, fighting for public lands, healthcare for all Idahoans, equality in the workplace. That's what AJ Belukov will do as governor. On May 15th, Idaho has a choice. A governor who will stand up for Idaho. AJ Belukov.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Stop by the Magic Valley Mall in Twin Falls May 12th for Stotz Equipment's upcoming Drive Green event. Visit our website for more information.
Kampala Chevrolet is excited to celebrate the 10th anniversary of our new dealership off exit 168 in Jerome. We'll be giving away baseballs while they last, free hot dogs and apple pie every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in May. And test drive any vehicle and you'll be entered to win a new Chevy Spark. Hurry into Kampala Chevrolet in Jerome today and save up to $10,000 on new Chevy Silverados and a chance to win big.
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet.
The home of warranty forever.
Roy Prescott has 50 years of public service. From local civic duty to defending small community governance before Congress. Roy Prescott for District 25 House Representative. Experience that matters.
I'm Roy Prescott. I approve this message.
The professional politicians have been in office for 29 years, but our schools are still ranked 48. We still have Obamacare, and government spending continues to grow. Finally, we have a choice. Conservative outsider Tommy Ahlquist will shake up the status quo, fix our schools, solve health care, and cut wasteful spending.
The professional politicians won't do it. But working together with a fresh approach, we will.
Conservative outsider Tommy Ahlquist, the clear choice for governor.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Jack in the Box.
Live from KMVT, your source for local news. This is Local 11 News at 10.
Well, it's springtime, and that means flowers and sunshine, but also means a whole new wave of baby animals are born all the time.
That's right. KMVT's Emily Duke met with local animal shelter officials and rescue officials to learn while they're adorable, the babies are causing a big problem.
I'm not used to saying Cummins yet.
Sandra Cummins' spring has been full of change.
I bought a house, sold a house, and got married last week.
But mixed in with all those changes, one part of her spring routine has stayed the same. Sandra works with Broken Hearts Animal Rescue, a nonprofit based in the Magic Valley. At any given time, she could have anywhere from 1 to 3 litters of what she calls bottle babies, neonatal kittens who have no mother to feed them. Every 2 to 3 hours, Sandra pulls each kitten from the kennel, cleans them up, and feeds them their formula.
It is the bottle babies that need to be fed, pottied, cared for completely. They just have so many needs.
So that's exactly what she does.
I'd say each one of them is drinking almost a half bottle at a time.
Spring is one of their busiest seasons.
We have received 50-some kittens. Some have mamas, but many of them do not.
And it's not just Broken Hearts that's seeing the boom. Animal shelters and rescues across the Magic Valley are swamped with the tiny babies.
The kitty season boom just started like 2 weeks ago, and all our known fosters are already full.
If you're wondering how it gets this way, I've got one mama cat here with her 3 kittens. She can be pregnant anywhere from 2 to 3 times a year, averaging 5 kittens per litter. So in 1 year, that's anywhere from 5 to 15 cats. And in 5 years, that could be 75 or even more.
Let's just say it outright. We don't have enough to transport as many as we get.
And Debbie told me fostering these babies just isn't enough anymore.
Let's say we could actually nurse up all the neonate kittens that are in need. Who's going to adopt them? I mean, where do we place them?
The answer? It's something Debbie and Sandra agree on.
Spay and neuter. Be responsible pet owners and understand that without taking that responsibility, this is what happens.
It can make a difference. Make one kitty at a time. Each one counts.
Emily Duke, KMVT News.
Coming up next, a different sort of racing season underway in England. We'll take you there after the break.
Your summer starts here with a great deal on a new Toyota.
Lease a new 2018 Tacoma for $299 a month. Or get $1,250 customer cash on a new 2018 Toyota Tundra.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Brad Little. As a third-generation Idaho rancher, I know character counts, and the trust is earned. You deserve honest leadership that won't buckle to liberal pressure. That's why I fought to end Obamacare in Idaho. It's why I've stood up for the Second Amendment, and I'll ban sanctuary cities and cut your taxes. Values learned on an Idaho ranch are never forgotten, and those are the same values I'll fight for as your governor.
Celebrate at Sizzler for a limited time only. Come in for our steak and lobster starting at just $12.99. Our hand-cut 6-ounce steak is perfectly seasoned and flame grilled, then paired with a juicy 3-ounce lobster tail and any one of our delicious sides for only $12.99.
The Jiffy Lube Signature Service is a top-to-bottom service that includes everything from checking your vehicle's vital fluids to making sure your tires are properly inflated. We provide you with a complete service history, including your vehicle manufacturer's recommendations for upcoming services. See us online at jiffylubetwinfalls.com.
Getting in an accident can be a stressful situation, but you can choose to take control by calling Snake River Auto Body. Snake River Auto Body is the Magic Valley's oldest repair shop. We've been around and we've seen it all, so you can relax and let our ASE certified technicians take care of everything. At Snake River Auto Body, you can take comfort in knowing if you have any questions, you have Ken Rogers' personal guarantee. It'll be taken care of promptly and professionally. That means we do the work right and stand by it with our reputation. Call Snake River Auto Body and let us get you back on the road today.
All right, before we go, the lawnmower racing season began Sunday in Billingshurst, West Sussex, England, with racers keen to get their British Championship quest off to a good start. With the Formula One-esque scoring system, 25 points for a win, racers had the chance to compete for a maximum 100-point weekend with the contested races across the area. Group 2 was a traditional lawnmower race with a seat attached. Group 3 was a lawnmower that looked a bit like a buggy, while Group 4 was a lawn tractor. Of course, all blades are removed from the lawnmowers for safety reasons, with the season running from May to October.
I was just going to ask, are they actually cutting the grass while they're doing this? Because that would be productive. That's what I'm looking for here, is some productivity out of this race.
It's probably a pretty good idea they took the blades off.
Yeah, you're right. Safety, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Okay. They're not going to be mowing yards tomorrow.
No, unless, it's going to be a little wet and damp, and then a little cooler and breezy as temperatures, maybe 60 is a gift, but if we get enough sunshine, I think we'll pop up to about 60. I'm going to go 55 for Saturday, and of course, showers will come in waves probably Friday night into Saturday, and maybe lingering into Sunday. There's that possibility of a shower, thunderstorm for Mom, and then we do get better going into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Slowly warming up. Lingering showers are possible Monday, and if you've got plans, maybe you've got Mother's Days and you're venturing up to the Wood River Valley, Sun Valley, have an umbrella handy. It is going to have those scattered showers, but definitely seeing the cooler side of things with, again, scattered rain, isolated thunderstorms, and some mountain peaks about 8,000 feet could see that snow. If you're heading up towards the Stanley area, keep that in mind if you're heading up to the north central mountains over this holiday, because, again, that's possible.
Happy Mother's Day. Here's your rain.
Yeah. That'll do it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 5. Have a great night.